Here you go. Are we audible? Just do a test.
Are we audible? Good afternoon, everyone. I, Nidhi Bisaria, Company Secretary of the company, welcome you all to the 77th Annual General Meeting of HIL Limited. Before I hand over the proceedings to the Chairman to declare the meeting open, I would like to bring to the kind attention of members the following points. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India, via their respective circulars, have allowed companies to hold the annual general meeting through video conferencing or other audio-visual means up to September 30, 2024. This annual general meeting is accordingly being held through video conference without the physical presence of members at a common venue. The annual report of the company for the financial year 23-24, along with the notice of 77th AGM, has been sent by electronic means only to all the shareholders whose email ID are registered with the company's registrar and share transfer agent or the depositories. The company has also sent physical copy of the annual report to those members who have requested for the same. The registered office of the company, situated at office numbers 1 and 2, N7 floor, SFN Terminus, survey number 133, Gachibowli, Hyderabad, 500032, shall be deemed as the venue for the 77th AGM, and the proceedings of this AGM shall be deemed to be convened thereafter. The Register of Directors and key managerial personnel, the Register of Contracts and Arrangements in which directors are interested, and other documents required to be kept open for inspection can be assessed for inspection by the members at the e-voting page of NSDL and also on the website of the company during the proceedings of this AGM. As the AGM is being held through video conference, the facility for appointment of proxies by the members was not applicable, and hence the proxy register is not available for inspection. All the shareholders who have joined this meeting are by default being placed by the host on mute mode in order to avoid disturbance which may arise from the background noise or for conducting this meeting smoothly or seamlessly. Some of the shareholders have registered themselves as speaker shareholders for this AGM. Accordingly, opportunity will be given to those shareholders to ask questions or express their views. The moderator will facilitate this session once Chairman opens the questions and answer session. The shareholders who have registered themselves as the speaker shareholder will be announced one by one. Before speaking, shareholders are requested to click the webcam button to switch on their camera. I would request shareholders to first introduce themselves and then proceed with their questions or views. I also request the shareholders to be brief and limit their questions to 3 minutes. I will now brief the e-voting process for voting by shareholders on the resolutions set out in the notice of the 77th Annual General Meeting. In compliance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations, the company had provided to all the members who are holding shares as on the cutoff date of 23rd July 2024, either in physical form or in dematerialized form, the facility to exercise their right to vote on all the resolutions set out in the notice of the 77th Annual General Meeting. The remote e-voting platform was provided by National Securities Depository Limited, and remote e-voting facility was available to the members from 9 a.m. on Friday, 26 July 2024 to 5 p.m. on Monday, July 29, 2024. The electronic voting facility at the AGM is being made available to enable shareholders who have not cast their votes through remote e-voting. The e-voting window has been activated during the AGM proceedings. The shareholders attending the meeting who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting are requested to cast their vote by going to the e-voting page in previous menu, click on Active Voting Cycle and click EVEN 128994. Shareholders may please note that there will be no voting by show of hands or poll. Now I request Mr. Birla, Chairman of the company, to kindly chair the meeting and commence the proceedings of this meeting.
Thank you, Nidhi. A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to all of you to the 77th Annual General Meeting of HIL Limited. Before we start the proceedings of the AGM, let me introduce my colleagues here with me. Mr. Akshat Seth, the Managing Director and CEO of the company, Mrs. Amita Birla, Non-Executive Director and Chairman of the CSR Committee, Mr. Desh Deepak Khetrapal, Non-Executive Director, Dr. Arvind Sahai, Independent Director and Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Compensation Committee, Mrs. Nidhi Kilawala, Independent Director and Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Mr. Ajay Kapadia, the Chief Financial Officer, and Ms. Avanti Birla, President Strategy of the company, are present with me. I would request other board members who have joined the AGM through video conferencing from their respective locations to introduce themselves. Mr. Sunil Bumralkar, Independent Director.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Sunil Bumralkar. I'm the Independent Director and Audit Committee and the Risk Management Committee Chairman. I'm joining the AGM, 77th AGM of HIL Limited from Bangalore.
Professor Janat Shah, Independent Director.
I'm Janat Shah, Independent Director. I'm joining the 77th AGM of HIL Limited from Udaipur.
I wish to inform that all the directors of the company are attending this AGM. I also acknowledge the attendance of Mr. Sulabh Kedia, partner, BSR and Company, the statutory auditors of the company, Mr. Ranjit Pandey, practicing company secretary, representing Ranjit Pandey and Associates, secretarial auditors of the company for the financial year 2023-24, and Mr. Mohit Gurjar of PS Rao and Associates, practicing company secretary, the scrutinizer of the meeting, and Mr. Sandeep Zanwar, cost auditor of the company from the respective locations. I thank all the shareholders, colleagues on board, and the management team for joining this meeting through video conference. Participation of members through video conference is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum as per the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. As the requisite quorum is present, I call the meeting to order. The company has made all feasible efforts to enable shareholders to participate in the AGM through video conferencing facility and in providing electronic voting facility through the AGM. Now I proceed with my formal address. Dear shareholders, a very warm welcome to all of you at the 77th Annual General Meeting of HIL. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to thank you for your unwavering support to HIL through the last fiscal year. At the consolidated level, HIL reported a revenue of rupees 3,375 crores with an EBITDA of rupees 154 crores for the financial year 24. We delivered a steady performance with robust volume growth across most product segments and reported a standalone revenue of rupees 2231 crore for the year, up 4% from the last year. In a year characterized by modest demand, intensifying competition and pricing pressures, the team's relentless focus on driving operational efficiencies and continuous improvement in cost structure meant our profitability improved across most segments. The past year will be remembered as the one where we laid the foundation for a reimagined HIL. We advanced our growth agenda with the ambition of becoming a US $1 billion company within the next 3 to 4 years. We have transformed our branding efforts and reinvigorated our product innovation. Enhancing profitability through value mining has become a key organizational priority. We are taking decisive steps to build the organization for tomorrow by strengthening our leadership and frontline teams, embracing a digital-first approach, and fostering a culture of excellence. We are well positioned for an exciting financial year 25 and beyond for HIL. A major milestone during the last year was the recent acquisition of Topline, which doubled our pipes and fittings business, expanded our product portfolio and production capacity, broadened our addressable markets in the East and government projects, and provided access to specialized technologies. Coupled with our strong efforts to deepen our channel presence, this acquisition is the impetus for accelerated growth in one of the most exciting categories in the construction and building products industry. Our construction chemicals business is on a strong growth trajectory too, with revenue doubling year on year. In roofing and building solutions, we recorded our highest ever volumes and further solidified our market share. While the performance of our putty business was muted during the year, structural fine-tuning, including realignment of the sales team and geographical expansion, has started yielding results, and we are confident of strong results in financial year 25. Parador in financial year 24 presented a story of opportunity amongst adversity. Despite challenging conditions in Europe, the re-energized Parador team seized the opportunity to enhance market share by leveraging its strengths in product innovation, design, and quality. In addition, we are expanding our areas of play to newer geographies such as the North America and the Middle East, and into commercial segments. Parador provides a unique global dimension and reach to HIL, and I truly believe it is one of the most exciting parts of our portfolio. At the heart of the HIL story is our people and our culture, a culture that is based on trust, inclusion, community, and excellence. We are encouraged and honored to be counted among the 100 best companies to work for in India by the Great Places to Work Institute. In fact, we are ranked number 12 in 2024 edition of the survey, an improvement of 15 positions over the previous year. We are dedicated to fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace where every voice is heard and respected, creating a vibrant environment where everyone thrives. Our commitment to corporate citizenship is evident in our focus on energy efficiency, waste reduction, and promotion of eco-friendly materials to minimize our environmental impact and create long-term value for our stakeholders. We are increasing the proportion of renewable energy sources in our energy mix beyond the current 50% and have achieved zero liquid discharge status at all our manufacturing facilities. Certifications like Green Pro and Griha recognize our dedication to sustainability as a key differentiator for HIL. Our CSR philosophy is led by our ethos to serve. This year, we partnered with organizations such as the Live, Laugh Foundation in the fields of health and wellness and education, serving and uplifting underserved communities and creating an impact on over 26,000 lives across the country. During the year, I have had the opportunity to interact with many of our key business and channel partners and our customers. I felt humbled by the trust our partners and customers place in HIL. These interactions have strengthened my confidence in our value-building growth journey and motivated us to intensify our efforts to becoming one of the most admired home and building brands globally. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to thank all our shareholders, partners, and associates for our unwavering support. I'm also grateful to my colleagues on the board as well as to the entire global workforce of HIL. Your continued commitment and partnership is essential to our success. Thank you. Now let me cover two important aspects. First, the notice of the 77th Annual General Meeting, along with the annual report for the financial year 2023-24, was sent to the shareholders electronically. With your permission, I shall take them as read. Second, there are no qualifications, observations, or adverse remarks in the statutory auditor's reports on the financials of the company for the financial year 2023-24 and the secretarial auditor's report. Therefore, with your permission, I take the statutory auditor's report and the secretarial auditor's report as read. I'll now take up the business as mentioned in the notice of the 77th Annual General Meeting. To receive, consider, and adopt the audited standalone and consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31, 2024, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and the auditors thereon. Ordinary Resolution number 2, the first one was Ordinary Resolution number 1. Now Ordinary Resolution number 2, to confirm the payment of the interim dividend of rupees 15, i.e. 150% per equity share of rupees 10 each, and to declare a final dividend of rupees 22.50, i.e. 225% per equity share of rupees 10 each for the financial year 2023-24. Now I request Mr. Deepak Khetrapal, Non-Executive Director, to take up the chair for item number 3, wherein I am interested.
Thank you, Mr. Bilda. Ordinary Resolution number 3 presented to the shareholders is to appoint a director in place of Mr. Chandrakant Bilda, EIN number 00118473, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. I now request Mr. Bilda to resume.
Thank you, Deepak. Special Resolution number 4, to appoint Professor Janat Shah, DIN number 01625535, as an independent director of the company. Special Resolution number 5, to approve increase in the limit of managerial remuneration payable to the Managing Director and CEO in excess of 5% of the net profits of the company, up to a limit of 8% of the net profits of the company for the financial year 2023-24. Ordinary Resolution number 6, to ratify the remuneration of the cost auditors for the financial year ending March 31, 2025. Details of the resolutions on items number 4, 5, and 6 are provided in the notice of the AGM circulated to shareholders, along with the explanatory statement thereof. Now I would request the shareholders who have not yet voted may cast their vote. The e-voting will remain open up to 15 minutes from the end of this meeting or casting of the last vote, whichever is earlier. Now I open the floor to the question and answer session. I would request the moderator to unmute the registered speaker shareholders one by one.
Moderator, please unmute this first speaker shareholder.
Our first speaker shareholder, Srinivas.
A little louder, please.
We'll make it louder.
So volume louder. Yeah.
Mr. Srinivasa, can you please switch on your camera?
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. My questions are there any plans to enter in other building material production by the company, like bathroom fittings, floorings, bathroom tiles, flooring tiles, etc.? Second is now there is trend of gated villa projects, which are there will be number of villas with same design and same structures, which can be produced in mass at off-site and assembled on-site, like modular buildings, which you can observe in China, etc. I suggest our company also can explore the same possibilities in India. Previous 2 quarters, our company made net loss. Why directors recommended a dividend instead of using the funds for the growth of the company? Do the company have any plans to future capex or expansion plans? These 3 are my questions. I think board can think of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is
Yes.
Is the next speaker?
Mr. Keshav.
Is he there?
Mr. Keshav, can you please switch on your camera?
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll ask my questions. What is the outlook for FY25 in terms of top line and bottom line? Sir, my next question would be regarding our margin differential and negative margins in our divisions. So what are the reasons why the Parador is continuously being negative? If you could just specify some specific points and when we can see a turnaround in this. Similarly, in our building products, our margins are sub 5% versus big block who's doing double-digit margins when our capacity is similar. So similar on this, what are the reasons? Because we are not sure what is the reason for the same. Sir, in our polymer solutions, we make around 3% of margins, whereas Prince Pipes and other people make around double-digit 12-13% margins. So similarly, what is the reason for that? And when can we expect our margins to converge with at least an industry average? Sir, Parador has been making losses negatively for a lot of time, and we have done another acquisition for the top line. So, what is the sense or the minimum IRR ROC that we can expect from this acquisition? And do we have plans to sell Parador, or can we expect a major turnaround in this year? Sir, when do we reach our historical 9 to 11% of margins? And what are the primary reasons for it being in the 4 to 6% range for the past 2 years? Sir, if you could give segment-wise margins that we have currently in our roofing, flooring, polymer and building divisions, and where can we expect it going forward in the next 1 to 2 years? Sir, what kind of incremental revenues can we expect from the top line acquisition in FY25? Can we expect a straight away doubling of our revenue in the polymer segment? Sir, our long-term borrowings have increased from 204 crores in FY23 to 320 crores in FY24. So, if you could just help me understand that. Sir, what kind of segment-wise volume growth do we expect in FY25? Sir, what gives us confidence apart from the acquisitions and the same guidelines that you have been giving us that we can achieve $1 billion top line in next 3 years? Similarly, when it has been flat for the past 3 years, although there has been some growth by the industry participants. And what will be the key drivers for us to attain this growth and target? Sir, what kind of CAGR can we expect across the 4 segments in the coming 3 to 4 years? Sir, what are the major threats or headwinds that we can think of that this target will be missed or we won't be able to achieve these kind of targets? What is the steady state margin can we expect on a consolidated basis? Sir, in our polymer, in our annual report, we have mentioned that the worst in the polymer and flooring segment is behind. So what kind of margin improvement can you expect the same from this? And sir, it would be very helpful if you could give a idea from where we went wrong to where we can go, as well as some kind of margin expectations going forward. And similarly on the Parador, which has been kind of an asset misallocation rather than proper allocation. So on that can we expect a major turnaround by this year, or there is some kind of pain going forward for the next 1 to 2 years, and we'll rather be well off selling it off and building our market share in the roofing segment. We are the market leader and building on.
Sorry to interrupt, Keshav, but we have more speakers here, so we can move to next speaker here. Mr. Praful Chawda, our next speaker here.
Mr. Praful, please switch on your camera. Is he there, moderator?
Yes, ma'am.
हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
आ रही है जी, आ रही है। नमस्कार।
सर नमस्कार, चेयरमैन सर, बिरला जी, साथी शेयरहोल्डर्स, मेरा नाम प्रफुल्ल चावड़ा, मैं हैदराबाद से बोल रहा हूँ। पेज नंबर 60 और 17, हेलो सर। हाँ सर, पेज नंबर 60 और 17 में आपने प्रोडक्ट का फोटोग्राफ दिया है, पर आपका रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर कभी सोचे है कि ये प्रोडक्शन ठीक है या नहीं है, या मार्केट में आप कस्टमर से कभी पूछे कि ये प्रोडक्ट में कुछ चेंज करना चाहिए? फर्स्ट में बताऊं, जो आपने बताया है पाइप, कलरफुल पाइप है, पर जनरली जो ट्रांसपेरेंट पाइप रहा तो अच्छा रहता है कि पाइप में कहाँ कचरा फंसता है इतना ही पाइप साफ करना पड़ता है। जनरली मिस्त्री को बुला के पूरा पाइप काटना पड़ता है, लंबा चौड़ा काम होता है। तो नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में अगर R&D डिपार्टमेंट ट्रांसपेरेंट पाइप करे तो अपना बिजनेस डबल हो सकता, ऐसा मैं मानता हूँ। और पेज नंबर 18 पे पानी का टंकी 1000 लीटर, 5000 लीटर, 10,000 लीटर का आप जो बनाते हैं, पर सर कभी आपका रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर उनको साफ करने के लिए अंदर उतरे है क्या? नहीं उतरे। इसको अंदर सफाई करने के लिए 10 साल का या 12 साल का बच्चे को जाना पड़ता है। अगर कुछ अच्छा पतला दुबला आदमी है तो अंदर जा सकता है, नहीं तो नहीं जा सकता है। तो साफ सफाई करने में बहुत तकलीफ होती है। इसके बदले आप कुछ ऐसा सजेशन लाओ, R&D डिपार्टमेंट कुछ इसमें करना चाहिए, ताकि दूसरी जगह पे नहीं है ऐसी चीज अपने प्रोडक्ट में मिलनी चाहिए, ताकि अपना बिजनेस अच्छा चले। सर पेज नंबर 12, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स, हमारा अक्षत सेठ CFO मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर्स, पेज नंबर 12, इसमें अक्षत सेठ अपना मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर CFO आ गए। लास्ट ईयर 97 करोड़ रुपीज प्रॉफिट बता रहे थे, ये साल 35। वेल डन। अक्षत सेठ का फोटो तो अच्छा आया, पर मैं ऐसा कुछ काम करता हूँ कि प्रॉफिट 1/3 टाइम कर देता हूँ, 1,000 रुपीज 100 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट को मैं इतना कम कर देता हूँ, तो मुझे तो फोटो डालने को मेरे को तो शर्म आती, पर इसको शर्म भी नहीं आई, फोटो डाले। ये बहुत कम, बहुत बुरी बात है। आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते और आपकी फोटो आती है तो अचानक आप कुछ करके बताओ, बोनस देके, हाई इनकम डिविडेंड देके, बिजनेस में प्रॉफिट ज्यादा बताए तो ठीक रहता है। सर अभी मैंने देखा है कि लास्ट 4 इयर्स में कितने कंपनी सेक्रेटरी चेंज हो गए, कितने मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर चेंज हो गए, कितने CFO चेंज हो गए। इसका आपके पास रिकॉर्ड है तो मेरे को बताएंगे। अभी मैंने पेज नंबर 40 पे देखा, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स, अमिता बिरला न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट, सुनील सर न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट, जतेन शाह न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट, निखिल खंडेलवाल न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट, VV रामचंद्र फ्री अपॉइंटमेंट, गिरीश रंगचंद फ्री न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट, अजय कापड़िया फ्री री अपॉइंटमेंट, निधि पारमेचा सॉरी कंपनी सेक्रेटरी। तो सर इतने सारे न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट है, 50% ज्यादा, यानी कि 14 में से 9 को न्यू अपॉइंटमेंट दिया सो है। तो कंपनी क्या कर रही है सर? जब आप खुद कंपनी के चेयरमैन हो और आप खुद देखो कि इतना सारा क्यों हो रहा है। सर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, आज तक कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, हर एक कंपनी सेक्रेटरी हमसे बात किया, AGM से पहले फोन किया, पर जो नया मैडम आए सो इन्हें फोन भी नहीं किए। हमने 2 बार मेल किया कि प्लीज कॉल मी, प्लीज कॉल मी। मुझे ज्यादा लिखने को नहीं आता इंग्लिश में, इतना लिखे, नो रिप्लाई। लास्ट में कल मुझे किशोर साहब से फोन नंबर मिल गया मेरे पास, किशोर साहब का। मैं किशोर साहब से बात कर रही तो उन्हें मैनेजर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी से बात करा है, तब तक बात भी नहीं हो सकती। यानी कि सीओ मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर या चेयरमैन सर आप कंपनी को डायरेक्ट डिसीजन दिए।
Sorry to interrupt you, Praful Chawda. We have more speaker shareholder. We can move to next speaker shareholder. Our next speaker shareholder, Manoj Kumar Gupta.
Moderator, let him complete.
Sorry?
Let him complete. Can we stop?
I think the time limit is real.
Yeah,
3 minutes. Time.
Yeah.
move on to the next.
Manoj Kumar Gupta, please unmute yourself and speak.
हेलो हेलो।
हाँ, नमस्कार नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हैं?
बस ठीक है, बोलिए क्या बोलना है?
बस मैं मिस्टर चावड़ा की तरह क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करना चाहता, क्योंकि कंपनी अच्छी कर रही है। अब उन्होंने कहाँ से क्या इतना ये निकाला है मैं तो जानता नहीं, बैलेंस शीट मैंने भी देखा है। अब अगर कंपनी 5,000 लीटर की 10,000 लीटर की टंकी बनाएगी तो उसको सफाई करने के लिए कैपेबल आदमी तो चाहिएगा, और ये तो कंपनी की जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, तो कस्टमर की जिम्मेदारी है, क्योंकि टंकी किससे साफ कराएंगे। But I thanks to you for the excellent result of the company for the year 2024, and thanks for good dividend, interim and final. And I thanks to the company secretary and the team for the excellent services and help us to join this meeting through VC. And sir, what's your future plan? Have you any plan to split the share either 2:1 or 5:1 to increase the market liquidity and capitalization? That will be a good reward to the investor. I will not suggest you to issue the bonus share, but I can suggest you, because you are a liberal chairman, you hear the people and you like to face the shareholder, so that we can request you to split the shares either 2:1 or 5:1. And sir, who is the nearest competitor in this business? And recently you have acquired the pipe fitting business, and now the pipe fitting business is getting more success. Several new companies are coming. So what's your future plan in that business? And have you any plan to acquire a bathroom fitting business in the country to make the HIL a full-fledged household company like as a एशियन पेंट्स को कच्चा घर दे दीजिए, वो पूरा घर बना के दे देगा सर। तो ऐसा हैदराबाद इंडस्ट्रीज बना दीजिए कि ये 10 रुपए का शेयर जो ना, जैसे एशियन पेंट्स आज से 10 साल पहले 10 रुपए का शेयर सर 900 रुपया था, 15 साल पहले। आज 10 रुपए की वैल्यू करेंगे तो 30,000 रुपया हो गया। तो आपकी लीडरशिप में एक ऐसी इसको हाउस होल्ड कंपनी बनाइए कि इन्वेस्टर को, एम्प्लॉइज को रिटर्न मिले और एक वैल्यू अच्छी बढ़े, कि जिससे कि इसका भी प्राइस एशियन पेंट्स की तरह बढ़े। इसमें सब हाउस के लायक सब बिजनेस की कोई भी नई बिल्डिंग बने तो वो। और सर मैंने तो कभी पाइप फिटिंग में सुना नहीं कि ट्रांसपेरेंट पाइप, क्योंकि सुप्रीम ये सब आपके जितने भी कंपटीटर है जो पाइप बनाते हैं वो सब कलरफुल पाइप बनाते हैं। और कीप ऑन योर बिजनेस एंड टेक द कंपनी ऑन न्यू हाइट्स। बट इतनी रिक्वेस्ट है कि सर आप कलकत्ता आइए, आप मिलते नहीं, करीब 8-9 साल से मिलने की बहुत इच्छा है कि आपसे मिले। और दिल्ली जाने से
अच्छा, मिलेंगे
दिल्ली जाने से बताया जाता है कि आप मिलते नहीं किसी से।
हाँ ठीक, मिलेंगे, कभी मिलेंगे आपसे।
हाँ ठीक है। आई विश टू गॉड फॉर योर हेल्थी एंड प्रॉस्पेरियस सेफ लॉन्ग लाइफ। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। नेक्स्ट
Speaker shareholder number 5.
Our next speaker shareholder, Manish Sundaram, is not joined. We can move to next speaker shareholder, Suresh Gunn.
मिस्टर मनीष सुंदरम, क्या हुआ?
He's calling the next shareholder.
ओके,
हेलो,
सुरेश चंद्र जैन।
आवाज आ रहा है सर? आदरणीय चेयरमैन सर, उपस्थित सभी डायरेक्टरगण और शेयर होल्डर साथियों, सर आपने जो चेयरमैन स्पीच दिया बहुत ही सुंदर
बहुत ही सरल भाषा के अंदर हमें समझाने की कोशिश की और हमें आपके एक एक वर्ड समझ में आया है सर। और सर जब भी आप हैदराबाद आए थे तब मैंने आपसे रिक्वेस्ट किया, पहली बार आए थे सर, हर साल आया करो, और आपने उसके बाद में हर मीटिंग के अंदर आपने आया और हमें अनुमोदन करने का शुभ अवसर जो प्रदान किया, उसके लिए आपको तथा आपकी टीम को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर। अमृत महोत्सव का शुभ अवसर हमारे हाथ से निकल गया। कोरोना का शासन काल था जिसके हाथ से आपका हम मान सम्मान अभिनंदन नहीं कर सके। आपके मोतियों की माला, खूबसूरत सी मोतियों की माला हमारे पास थी, हम आपको पहनाना चाहते थे, पर कोरोना का शासन काल के अंदर हमें शुभ अवसर नहीं मिला, इसका हमें रंज है सर। हमारे साथी कमल किशोर भी मेरे साथ में।
हेलो चेयरमैन सर, मेरा नाम कमल किशोर है, मैं भी स्पीकर अटेंड कर रहा था, थोड़ा इधर टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम चल रहा, तो मेरा 8वां नंबर 8 नंबर, तो मैं इसी सेल में बात कर रहा हूँ सर। सर चेयरमैन, इसमें आपने सब कुछ बता दिया, और आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट में कभी भी कुछ न्यूज हमारे को मिल जाता है, सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का सर्विस बहुत अच्छा है। और सर मैं 2 क्वेश्चन करता हूँ, मैं इस कंपनी में 40 साल से शेयर होल्डर हूँ, पार्टी ईयर सब अभी तक आप है ना बोनस दीजिए, बोनस दिए और है ना स्टॉक स्प्लिट करिए। मैं आई एम द स्मॉल इन्वेस्टर, मेरे पास आज की तारीख में मेरे फैमिली में 85 शेयर था। जब 6000 में खरीदा कि मार्केट में रूमर था 10,000 जाएगा, अभी कम से कम 50% डिस्काउंट होगा 3000। ये शेयर का रोज भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं, बजरंगबली का नाम लेके, भाई हमारा शेयर प्राइस आ जाओ, कंपनी का भी मार्केट कैप बढ़ेगा और हमारा पैसा रिटर्न मिलेगा। मैं चाहता हूँ कंपनी से कुछ अच्छा काम करे साहब, कम से कम छोटे लोगों को शेयर का रिटर्न मिले। पर आप डिविडेंड तो देते हैं, इंटरम देते हैं, फाइनल भी देते हैं, और नए एमडी जो आए मैं उनको वेलकम करता हूँ। जैसा दुरुपयोग साहब ने कंपनी को डेवलपमेंट करा, आज जो न्यू एमडी अपॉइंटमेंट हुए उसे डबल इंप्रूवमेंट करके बताए तो कंपनी का एक नाम होता है और शेयर होल्डर को रिटर्न मिलता है। और इसी तरह वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस रखिए सर। सुरेश चंद जैन, कमल किशोर फ्रॉम हैदराबाद। सीके बिरला जी, आपको दशहरे दीपावली की सबको शुभकामनाएं। और इसी तरह वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस रखिए, छोटे लोगों का शेयर होल्डर का ख्याल रखिए। सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का सर्विस बहुत अच्छा है सब, और वेंचर कैपिटल का भी वेरी वेरी गुड सर्विस। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू। आपको एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है जी कि जब हमारे एमडी और सब सीएफओ से आप मिलिए हैदराबाद में, इनके ऊपर आप जोर से बोलिए, कंपनी को और अच्छे से चलाएं, तो देखिएगा फिर कितना असर होएगा। आपकी शुभकामना रहेगी तो देखिए बहुत अच्छा चलेगा, बोनस भी आए। मैंने ये जब टाइम ठीक होएगा तो जरूर ये लोग को सोचेंगे। और आपको यही है कि इनको भी जाकर के आप बोलिए, इन लोगों को, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी को भी बोलिए कि आपको मिलवाएंगे इनसे, कि हैदराबाद है, बहुत वहां रहते हैं, तो जरूर से मिलिएगा इनसे आप लोग।
Our next
Speaker shareholder number 7.
Mr. Bajaj.
Yes. Mr. Badri, please switch on your camera.
No.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
CK sir, Namaskar. I am Badrivishal Bajaj, and almost every meeting in person we have attended, and I was shocked. I have sent a questionnaire to company secretary also, Nidhi ko, that Akshar said about whom earlier shareholders also have spoken. He says in his write-up at page 14 that it will be US $1 billion company in 3 to 4 years. I just multiplied, and at today's rate it is 8,400 crores revenue generation. So I presume he can define the growth strategy. Simply writing doesn't work, because as per the earlier shareholder, all the last 4 years, anyway, Akshat is not responsible, but earlier executives are responsible. So for the past 4 years, our revenue is 3,400 crore average on all the 4 years, if you take. even also our margin revenue has going down. Margin has come from 260 crores to just 35 crores. Now, in this extrapolation, how do you extrapolate the 8,400 crore revenue? Because you are in home building solution and you are diversifying, you are adding one by one. Welcome. But all your additions, all your components of home solutions, except Charminar and Aircon, they are late entry and you have enough competition. If I suggest you, I'll show you number of companies, Aster or Everest and all. So they are much more competitor. They are in line for the year. So you have a tough margin. I don't know how you will achieve 8,400 crores. So on this, because as an analyst, I can discuss and sit with Mr. Seth. If you permit, I'll come to you. I'll in Hyderabad only. Welcome for that. Now, CK sir, just recall 2018 AGM at your guest house. When Parador was just thought that you are taking over and all, in the AGM, I was the first speaker shareholder in person who asked that this product of Parador is not tested in India. Though Parador is giving about 38 to 39% turnover revenue to you, but all 2018 till this year, it is going in losses. Companies being in losses because of Parador, because your customers, your supplies are around the world except India. And the losses will adding to your revenue, profit margins and all, and borrowings. So I can discuss on that also. But at that time in 2018, CK sir, you have said that Bajaj sahab, मैं एम्बेसडर को शुरू किया था कलकत्ता में. At that time also I had the same ambition, but inhibition was there, and I prove it. Now I am putting the same question repeated again. Are you going to prove under your leadership, or it will continue? Now, about revenue generation, I told sir, your borrowings have gone up year on year, almost 90%. So that also is the load on your system, around 775 crores. Maybe you are again going for acquisition, maybe in Orissa and other places. Capex also you are planning about 150 crores. So all this ROE, which is almost, it was 4 years back 25, it has come to almost zero. Now think of the shareholders who are almost 50% retail investors, not promoter holding, but their value is market cap has fallen, as earlier shareholders have told. Sales growth is very poor. EPS has fallen from 350 to only 46. So I have a lot of things as an analyst. If you permit me, I can come visit to your office, provide any slot, and I'll be very much thankful to you, because as an analyst, home solution business, I have analyzed almost 12 companies, and the failure, why you are failing compared to others, I can discuss. So please look into that, and other shareholders who have requested for your equity is hardly 8 crores, whereas your reserves are 120.
Sorry to interrupt you. We can move to next speaker shareholder. Our next speaker shareholder, Ramesh Shankar Bola, is not joined. So we can move to next speaker shareholder. Our next speaker shareholder, Randeep Pudana.
Mr. Redeppa.
Who's it now?
Mr. Redeppa.
Speaker number 10.
Randeep Pudana is not here. We can, our speaker shareholder are finished. We can move to the next proceeding.
So you're done with all the speaker shareholders?
Wait, Randeep is joined. We can move to Benali.
Yes.
Who? Who's coming on, Nidhi?
Sandeep.
Are there any more now?
She already said.
Who's coming? Okay, can we start?
Yeah,
Nidhi?
thank you, moderator, for giving this opportunity.
Speaker number 10.
Speaker number 10.
Yeah, am I visible, sir? Sir,
Yes,
secretary,
yes.
sir, namaste, sir. Namaste, namaste. Sir, Anisha,
Namaskar.
sir, Akshay ji, aapko bhi namaste.
Namaskar.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, MD and CEO, Akshay ji, and and Aditya Birla ji, and my company secretary, Nidhi Besane ji, and all other directors, non-executive directors, scrutinizers, auditors. Good evening, namaste, sir. I am very happy to attend this annual general meeting HIL Limited. Sir, as a shareholder, I am very happy about the company performance last financial year. And also I received the physical annual report and advance. I gone through, I found there is a wonderful corporate governance, numbers, figures are right place, sir. And also the quality of year is very wonderful. Special thanks to all the preparing annual report, preparing department KMPs. Sir, because we used to attend physical AGMs at Hyderabad. That time we feeling the festival, sir. So that's the way of the doing the AGMs are very wonderful, sir. We have very memorable AGMs in physical AGMs, and also we have very good photograph with you, sir. I'm very happy and proud shareholder. Sir, we have very strong financial numbers. Thank you, sir, for continuous bread and butter to us. You do it. Wonderful, sir. And also there is a wonderful, the CSR is very wonderful. Green initiatives, ESG, very wonderful. Eco-friendly products are very wonderful. Awards fund are very wonderful, sir. Here, my question is, sir, what is your vision, Mr. CK, sir, in next 2 to 5 years, sir? Second question is, sir, please comment on bonus. Third question is, sir, capex. Please comment on capex. Third question is, how is demand momentum is looking in this current financial year? This is the fourth question, sir. Sir, what is the budget impact to our company? What is the global outage impact on our company? What is the geopolitical war impact on my company? Why? Because our business is all over global. So what is the geopolitical impact on my company, sir? I'm also very oldest shareholder, sir. I'm a financial advisor and stock analyst research advisor from Hyderabad. So earlier I purchased at the rate of 400, below 400. Now I'm enjoying wealth creating, sir. What a wonderful company, what a wonderful leader you are, what a visionary leader you are, sir. Yes, some officials are changing, MDs also, everything. Change is always better, sir, while welcoming it. And another question is, sir, please comment on this. My company is lowest coverage ratio. So what is please throw some information in this. Another question, other point is, my company is delivered a little bit poor sales growth, 9.25% over the past 5 years. CAGR, sir, I'm asking about. So what is the strategy or what is the plan to increase more? Next, sir. Next question. Sir, my company is low return equity, 9.51% over last 3 years, sir. Please comment, sir. And also, okay, sir, I'm ready. I don't want to raise many more questions. I will escalate with our company secretary. Thank you, Kishore Khatri. Khatri, you are always welcome. Always reachable, the shareholders. Mr. Our company secretary Bisaneji, you also should reach the shareholders. Please maintain the good relationship towards the shareholders. Madam, my company is a very good image है, इसलिए आप मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि सबका भी सुनो, सबका भी करो. इसलिए हम लोग है ना shareholders सब हैप्पी है. चावड़ा जी थोड़ा ज्यादा नाराज हुए शायद, उनको भी मैं हैदराबाद shareholders में उनको कन्वे करता हूँ. He's also nice person. And Chairman sir, my request is Mr. Bharatraj is online, sir. With your permission, sir, I request you to ask his name and unmute him, sir. Sir, finally, I'm concluding. I support all the resolutions and no more other questions, financial special queries. I wish good health to you, not only you, sir, all entire board of directors and all our hardworking employees, KMPs, company secretary, and Kishore Khatri and Hyderabad employees also. And we have 100% faith in you, sir. CK Birla sir, आपके leadership में एक भी black spot नहीं है sir. आपका quality बहुत important है sir. बहुत इसीलिए हमको wealth create करके देता है sir. I'm a proud shareholder sir. इसीलिए धन्यवाद sir. ज़्यादा नहीं बात करना चाह रहा हूँ. Sir, भरतराज unmute करो.
है जी?
भरतराज unmute करना please. Mr. Bharatraj is there.
Including one more.
Bharatraj. Yeah.
और कोई नहीं है स्पीकर अब खत्म हो गया.
Yes. Moderator, can we close the question and answer session now?
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Gondluru has talked about budget impact. I don't think there's, in a way, it is good for the company with more spending on education, infrastructure. That's very good. That means our products demand should go up, and I think it's in the right direction. International impact, definitely there is impact because of war in various parts of Europe, and some of the raw materials come from that region. Supply chains have got affected. That's why we had problems last year, and I think it's a little better, but suddenly there's a lot of impact because the freight rates have gone up 5 times. And this is all very sudden. In the next few weeks, it goes up and down. So these challenges we have to live with, but I think we are working in the right direction. The low return on equity, I take your point. Definitely, our biggest priority is that how do we improve our return on equity in return to shareholders. A lot of work is going on. And I must say that the team that we have in place is there already for taking the company to the $1 billion mark. And I'm very hopeful that things should improve. Mr. Manoj Gupta talked of Mr. Kamal Kishore Jhawar, Suresh Shell, they talked of bonus shares. I think, yeah, when the time is appropriate, the board will look at it. So we take your suggestion. Same with Mr. Manoj Gupta talked of split of shares. We will see at the appropriate time, we look at that. Competition, pipes in all buildings is a very good suggestion. I wish we can do that. Have pipes in all buildings. That will be a great thing for the company. Because there is competition. We are still in the infant stage. There's competition from big players that are there, Astral, Ashirwad, quite a few others. But I think HIL pipes are increasing, and with this acquisition, also the turnover of the pipe division will double from what it is today. So these are the right steps that we are taking. Of course, Mr. Manoj Gupta, Mr. Praful Chavada, I think you've been a shareholder, I don't know, for more than 40 years. And you attend most other meetings also. So I'm sure you know why newer directors have been appointed, because the old directors' 10-year terms are over. That's why some new directors have come in. That's the law. And the other officers, I can tell you, we've had no major churn. Yes, the CFO has been with us for the last, I don't know how many years.
6 years. 7
Company secretary, 6 years. 7th year. So he has got a promotion. Company secretary has also been in the group for the last 6 or 8 years, I think. So maybe
10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
Me.
Akshat has been with the group for 10 years. So they're all tenured people. Now some in HIL may have changed, but it's not that they're all new people as we hired them from somewhere. They're all from within the group. And I can tell you, that if you have any problem with the company secretary, I'm sure she is very good in responding to shareholders. She was the company secretary of Orient Cement before she was a HIL. So I don't know, she may have interacted with you, with Mr. Chavda, did you? Is it?
Yeah, during Orient Cement.
Huh?
Yeah.
So please interact with him and
Sure, sir.
explain to him, maybe go to Hyderabad one of these days, meet all the shareholders over there. Be a good idea. Mr. Srinivas Rao has asked a lot of questions. And you asked your first question, when plans to enter into other building material production. So we are continuously evaluating at opportunity that come into the home and building space, and immediate focus is to grow our construction chemical, building solution, pipe and fittings portfolio. But adjacent space, we are always alert. But as I said, our focus is at the moment on these pipe and fitting, construction chemical and building solutions. Next, we talked about gated villa projects. For this, we have our panel boards in our building solution, which we have done prefabricated in some of the places we've done it in the past. And our management team will definitely, I think I'll ask our management team to connect with you. You're based in Hyderabad, I think. Huh? Srinivas Rao?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll ask our management team to connect with you. And on your talk of recommended dividend when 2 quarters is lost, in business, something happens up and down. Maybe 2 quarters, there may be up and down. But if you look at our philosophy, we've always been giving dividend. And I tell you, I believe in that. And I think we have enough internal accruals, which we can fund capex and growth. So both can be taken care of. And that is the philosophy and policy we have followed, and we have been able to maintain this. Mr. Keshav Garg has a lot of questions. I think we can spend a long time. I will try and answer some of them. But again, Mr. Keshav Garg, as you said, you're in Hyderabad. I will request you to meet the management team, arrange for time, and they'll be very pleased to meet you over there and take you through all the answers for the questions that you have. But outlook, I can't give you for 25. These are forward-looking. Some, I think, in the investor call we shared it. Yeah. So I'm sure you are there. Some of you may be there on those calls. But what we have said is that we plan to grow 2x in the next 3 years. And we've communicated the details around this in the last couple of investor calls. And I request you to look at, just have a look at that. But just let me tell you, our focus, as I said earlier, is on pipes and fittings, construction chemicals. And we are investing ahead of the time on branding and marketing efforts, because that is what is required as we grow. This has to be strengthened. Our sales channel has to be strengthened. And we are also working on developing innovative products. So I am hopeful that things will look better in the future. Parador, after the pandemic, it was doing extremely well, but with the developments in Europe, what has happened, the whole of European market has taken a big suffering and beating. But I can tell you, the work that is going on developing newer markets, as I said, in North America, Middle East, and some other countries, and with the product innovation that they're doing, I'm very hopeful. It may take a little bit of time, but a lot of work has been done on cost and is being done. But in the long term, I think it is a good, I have very good indication that this should do well. I fully agree with you. Our margin has come down. I'm also equally concerned like you are. Polymer margins last year has been a very, very volatile year with the pricing going up and down, which has affected margins considerably. But I think now we are on a steady growth path, and margins, in my view, because that has been my focus also, how to improve the margin in the pipes business, and I think it should improve in the coming quarters. But coming back to Parador, yes, definitely things are very difficult in Europe. But again, I think with this new market, new sales team in place, with the restructuring that has happened over there, costs being brought under control, next couple of quarters, you should see better results. I think operating margins, you already have these figures. It's in the report.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 13.5 for roofing solution, 9.5 for building. Polymer 6 flooring has been -1. That's a bit of a challenging one, but I think it will improve. Polymer also, I'm hopeful we will improve this.
Also with scale.
With scale also, like you've talked of this Crescia Politic acquisition, that will give us 300 crore incremental revenue this financial year. Long-term borrowing has gone up partly to fund this acquisition, but I think I'm very hopeful that we'll bring this down in the current year itself. Roofing will give us, I would say, sort of a single-digit growth this year. But other businesses will have a double-digit growth for the current financial year. So that's what I think of. On the 1 billion top line, I can tell you, yes, as some Mr. Bajaj pointed out, if we have 3,300 crores, we have to reach 8,400. And I think the plan is there in place that in the next 3 to 4 years, how do we bring it up to 1 billion? And I'm hopeful, maybe the few million here and there, up and down, but I'm hopeful that we will be in that region. And I think we are taking a lot of steps. Leadership team is already in place. In fact, the leadership team, if you ask me, is already in place for $1 billion. I have been saying that the team is there. Yeah. And now we have to just go after the business. And with these new things that we're doing on the pipes and fittings and construction chemicals, and the other business building solutions also, we should be close to that number. E-growth, again, I've already talked of pipes and fittings and construction chemical and the acquisition, Crescia. All this should give us good growth in the next 4 years. Major threats basically is the external factors. Commodity prices, supply chain disruption, that has been there. But we are working on differentiating our products to ward off this intensifying competition and also trying to get away from commoditization of our products. So that work is going on. Steady state margins I expect should be in the low to mid teens. That should be a good if you can get that. Polymer solutions has to come to a double-digit margin scenario, and that's what we are working on. I'm hopeful we will come to that. Mr. Bajaj, Dr. Mr. Akshat Seth and his team, I can only assure you, we've been in this business for years. HIL in the past also has once in a while ups and downs, but we always come out stronger. And I'm very hopeful that whatever I've said already in the past, we will come out stronger. A leaner organization capable of taking it forward to the $1 billion mark. 4 years, yes, revenue has been flat because the prices have been going up and down. But I expect, and the raw material prices have been very volatile, I can tell you. And there has been, for the last year, there was some pressure on demand, especially in the rural areas. But I'm seeing this year, the first quarter was a difficult quarter with elections and heat and everything. But with the rains coming in, things I expect should improve in the rural economy, and I'm very hopeful of that. Mr. Bajaj talked of borrowings. Yes, our borrowing has gone up for acquisition that we've done, and we've done capex. But I'm hopeful that these borrowings will come down and our ROE should go up. You talked of Parador, and I remember what you said, but let us talk about it. That things should look better. That's all I can tell you. And with this, I think I've answered all the questions that were raised. I hope I've answered them. So now, I would request the shareholders who have not cast their vote yet to do so. The company has appointed Mr. Mohit Gurjar. T.S. Rao and Associates, practicing company secretaries, to act as a scrutinizer for scrutinizing the remote e-voting and the e-voting process at the AGM in a fair and transparent manner. The results will be declared based on consolidated scrutinizer's report received by the company, considering the votes cast by the shareholders participating in this AGM, together with the e-voting already done by the shareholders during the remote e-voting period. I hereby authorize Mr. Akshat Seth, Managing Director and CEO, and Mrs. Nidhi Bisaria, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer of the company, severally to receive the scrutinizer's report on e-voting and declare the results of the voting to the stock exchange within 2 working days from the end of this meeting. The results would be published on the company's website and also uploaded on the websites of the stock exchange, i.e. NSE and BSE. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall deem to be passed today, i.e. July 30, 2024, subject to the receipt of the requisite number of votes. I once again thank all the shareholders for the participation in this AGM. I also thank all the board members and auditors for their participation. I hereby declare the proceedings of this AGM as closed. Thank you.
Yes, please.